Yeah, what's happening? Welcome to Marv Creates, where every day is the perfect day to create. Anyway, I had a simple thing I wanted to convey today, a simple message, and that is that God is never lacking. You will never catch God lacking. Lack, carelessness, a lax demeanor, these things are not character traits of God. I listened to this sermon one time. I'll try to tag the particular sermon that I'm speaking of below because it's really good. And I think it's essential for anybody who is a follower of Christ or, is searching and on their faith journey. But the premise of this message was that if God was to miss any single detail of what goes on in life, if he was to miss any tear that dropped from any person's eye, if he was to miss any occurrence and it didn't have to be filtered through him, then he would cease to be God. Because God's key attribute is his all-knowing quality, or his omniscience, his ability to be ever present everywhere at all times, for him to see everything, for nothing to get past him. He's like the ultimate goalie. There will never be a shot that if it gets past him, it's because he decided that he wanted that shot to go through. Anything that occurs in your life, in my life, in the grand scheme of the world at large, is filtered through him, meaning that if he wanted to stop it, he could. If he allowed it to happen, if it did happen, it's because he allowed it to happen in his divine wisdom. He's never lacking. And this is important because it's like we are so emotional, and sometimes we just think that we know everything and that we're in position to say what things should and shouldn't be, or what God should and shouldn't allow, or should and shouldn't do. But we always have to remember that we're a creature and God is the one who created us. So we have to maintain the relationship of creature and creator. Our view of God must be an infinite, vast, great, mighty view of God, because that's who he is. That's why you have to understand what you believe. And you either believe or you don't. You either believe God for who he said he is, or you might as well cease to believe at all, because if you don't believe him for who he said he is, if you don't believe he's more wise than you, if you don't believe he's infinite, if you don't believe he is everything and that you cannot counsel him, then you just need to cease believing at all, because from that point, you're trying to build God like Mr. Potato Head. You want to put the eyes on him. You want to put on his character traits and things of that nature. And that's just not who God is. We don't have, as human beings, that right or that ability to build God and decide who he is and who he should be and shouldn't be. It's either you believe him for who he says he is in his word, or, you don't believe at all. And so it's important for us to believe rightly about God. And simply, he's never lacking. That means that anything that happens in your life, whether you believe it good or bad, or whether it's hurtful, or whether it's something that brings you joy in the moment, it's something that was filtered through God. So if it happened, it isn't because God didn't see it or it breezed by him and made its way into your life. It's that because in his divine wisdom and his plan for your life, that everything that occurs in your life, even the things that are your own fault, are things that he allowed to occur or made to occur, in order to make you become who he wants to mold you to be. Now, our role in that is that, the question is, will we allow this gumbo of things that happen in our life that are externally created or created by us? Will we allow those things? And will we believe enough? Will we believe enough in God and his purpose and his ability and his promise to make all things work together for the good of those who loved him and those who are called by him? Will we believe that he will take all these things and make them work for our good? If not immediately, eventually. Do we believe that? And in order to truly believe that, we have to understand and believe that God is never lacking. Nothing gets by God. Every single thing on this universe that happens, however great or small, however minute or significant, is filtered through God. The question today is, will you truly believe that God is who he said he is, not who you think he is or should be? Will you believe that God is who he said he is through his word? Will you dedicate yourself to learning him through his word? And will you surrender your own thoughts and your own pedestal? Or will you surrender your own high standing or your own God status in your life? And will you lay that at the feet of the true creator who created you, in order that you might then grow under his wisdom, under his shade, under his light, instead of trying to be the source of your own growth? God ain't never lacking. Sometimes we are, a lot of times we are, but God is never lacking. So I hope that brings you some encouragement today. Again, I'm going to try and link down below the message that I listened to that inspired me to speak about this today. And I hope that your day is blessed. Whenever you're watching this, whenever you come across this, I hope your day is blessed. And I hope you'll be encouraged that whatever you're going through, whatever you're enduring, whatever is happening in your life is happening not by accident. And it's not happening to you, but it's happening for you. Because even if it's bad in your eyes right now, if you'll just hold on and trust God, and you'll continue to work, and you'll continue to strive, and you'll continue to believe that God is who he said he is, you'll see things turn, and you'll see yourself grow. And even in situations that may not change, you'll see yourself change to a degree that you're able to grow and see the value in what you are going through or what you went through. That's all I got for right now. I'm gonna catch you in the next video, but until then, I'm gone.